Welcome back everyone, today I'm gonna show you how to quickly complete the quest for Totenreich. The first thing you want to do is get the Wonder Weapon complete. To build the Jotunn star you want to head to the bridge, go to this box and take the chili chunks. After that head to the market area and place the chili chunks on this table. Around round 10 a special round will start and a Zursar will spawn and you will have to kill it to get the lantern. Pick up the lantern and head to the crane area and click this button on the wall, which will take down the crane and place a wall in front of the ship. You will have to jump and quickly press the interact button to take the chain links. Now head to this shrine and interact with the side of the wall and interact again to repair the door. And now you can place the lantern on the altar. To do this puzzle you will have to place yourself in front of the altar and click the constellations in order from left, right, back and front. Use this mage as a reference. The constellations change every game and every round if you fail it. If done correctly, Astrid will spawn and then you will have to follow her through the map until she stops and asks you for energy. Clear the frozen zombies near her to feed her energy. Once she's done, she will ask you to follow her again and you will have to do this step one more time. Once you complete this, she will open a path to the lighthouse. You will have to go through it while killing zombies because there will be a lot of zombies spawning in and you will have to survive and get to the top of the lighthouse. Once you get to the top of the lighthouse, interact with her to enter it and she will play an animation. Once it's finished, you will be able to pick up the Jotunn star. Now that we got the Wonder Weapon, I also assume that you have completed the main quest the game guides you through to enable the Origins robot. One thing to do early is set fire to this cable under the antenna so you can climb it later. Now, one of the things I consider to work best linearly is building the Wonder Signal. Now, since you have unlocked the lighthouse, you can go downstairs to this shelf and on it you will find a crowbar. Grab it and you can now use it to open some crates around the map. The correct box will contain the ammo for the cannon. Note that there is a little note in the factory that tells you which the right box is, but you can also go around and open all of them. Place the ammo in the cannon and melee it to shoot at the head at the spawn. Now head to the spawn area and you will be able to interact with this exit spot here to search and get the transmitter. Grab the transmitter and head to the Origins robot and enter the head. Climb this ladder and install the transmitter in this spot here. Once you installed the transmitter, the lights near the control panel will start to blink and they will give you two numbers. You will get one number per light, so in my case it was 2 and 4. Then it will start a new sequence which will give you two new numbers. And then it will repeat itself again and again in loop. So now you can go and head to the antenna. There is a control panel here which we will be able to interact with and insert the first set of numbers. If done correctly, you will be taken out of the control panel and the Origin robots will start to shoot rockets in a random place. For some reason for me it bugged and it didn't, but whatever. You then will be able to enter the second combination of numbers and it will now shoot rockets towards the antenna. Now get down and you will be able to go to the control room and retrieve the Wunder Barrage control. Now head to this building near the spawn and use the Wunder Barrage to destroy the debris that are blocking the stairs on this building. You will now unlock this new playable area, but before going to it we will need to get the Atomkraft core, so stay with me and let's continue the step to the Easter egg. So head back to the antenna and in this room there is a little air vent. You will need to shoot it or melee it to get it open. You will then need to use an R6D to follow the path. I recommend to do the jump without boosting or jumping with R6D and then you will get to this explosive barrel, get them exploded and you will now have access to the lab. Now head to the lab located nearby the Pack-a-Punch and here you will have to solve a puzzle. Looking into this tunnel you will have a combination of numbers from 1 to 5 and two biohazard symbols that will indicate you the letters of the jars you need to take and place on this machine here. That will give you another jar with a purple solution and you will have to use it on this claw and get the necrospike. Now head to the cell that you are now able to lockpick. It is actually really easy. When the little cylinder lights up you stop moving and it unlocks. And now you can grab the first uranium cell that we will need later. Now we will need to get another two of these. One of the way to get one is to actually use the die glocke here, and on a lot of zombies you will need to shoot them when they float in the air, and you can see that on the bell 2 lights will light up, and you will need to fill all 3 lights to get the other uranium cell. The other way to get the last one is to actually fish, so you will need to get a fishing rod, and you will have to spot a green fish in the sea, and this is the right spot where you have to fish. Once you find the correct spot and actually fish, you will actually fish a Ravager that will despawn. Now you will have to finish the round, and you will have to find a pack of Ravagers where there is a special irradiated Ravager that when you kill it will drop you the last uranium cell. Now head back to the location we have unlocked before, and now if you go inside it there is a machine. Interact with it 2 times and you will be able to use the uranium cells to play this little game. All you have to do here is give power to 2 different separate lines. So basically take one cell and place it where there are all the current already placed cell without blocking any free circles here, and then place the last 2 so they don't touch the others. Done correctly, the arrow pose on the green bar and you can pick up the Atomkraft core. Now you will have to take the Atomkraft core near the quick revive and place it here on these planks. Now go to the back of the building where there is a power line switch that you will have to enable, and it will start a quest. You will now have to defend the Atomkraft core, and sometimes it will say that it interrupted, so you have to go all the way back into the building and switch again the power switch so you can continue defending the Atomkraft core. Once you are done, you will be able to pick up the Atomkraft core again. Now it gets tricky. You will have to take the Atomkraft core to the bridge, so make use of the Wonder Weapon to set your path to it. So if you are in multiplayer, consider giving it to the player that has the lantern, because you can lifesteal and destroy the block more easily. Now if you made your way out of the ice pillars and you go to the bridge, there is this barrel here where you will be able to place the Atomkraft core, and a little cutscene between the 2 giants will play. Now go where the giant foot is and you will find the Dravacar shard. You have to place the Dravacar shard on this fireplace here and then shoot it with the lantern to fire it up. Now you will need an injection, because you will need to grab zombies and throw them at the fireplace to charge it up, and once you are done it will start a little HVT lockdown where you will need to kill it to finally obtain the sunstone. Grab it and take it to this little shrine where there is a barrel in the middle, and you will place it on top of it. Then you will have to shoot it with the lantern to activate it. I had to do it multiple times because it was not working. When it works, you will see this hologram in the sky. Now the solution is really simple here. Forget about all other arrows and only mind the one that look like this. You can see that the bottom of the arrows actually have the order in when the symbols has to be activated. So there is 1 straight line, 2 straight line and 3 straight line, and the arrows looks exactly like this. Then you will have to go and shoot with the lantern the symbols that appear around the map. They will be all placed randomly, and I believe some of them also change every game, but it's actually easy to go and spot them. Once you activate all of them, the arrow will now point all in the same direction towards the robot origin, where you can now interact with this terminal and actually start the boss fight. So make sure to be prepared when you get here. This time the boss fight should be more guided and easy, but consider looking for a more detailed guide if you have troubles. There will be weak points you will have to shoot and deal about enough damage, and then there will be phases where it's best to use the lantern, charge it up, and then you will have to use the lantern to shoot at some floating heads of the boss. Then there will be also a little altar that spawn in the middle of the map that you will take and get a buff. So make sure to follow through, and this is actually easy. At some point the boss will start doing different phases and shoot at you rocks, but if you get down or get behind walls, it's actually easy to survive. And that's really it, guys. Thank you for watching, and if it was useful and you enjoyed having the Easter egg in such a short time explained to you, leave a like, subscribe, and see you next time.